Hey, this is Emily Kwok and Pat. We're here for the Grapplers Guide. I'm going to go over an entry into the modification for the single leg X guard off of the seated position, all right? So this is probably the most common scenario from training where we're working with somebody, one person sits up, the other person sitting down. And principally, what is most important for me is making sure that I get my grips set up, okay? If I don't have good grips, I don't really have an entry at all. So as we're starting to fight in and Pat's looking to dominate, I'm looking to make sure that I keep my legs free. If Pat grabs my knees, this is an automatic guard setup killer, right? So I wanna scoop and set away, scoop and kick away if I can, and I wanna keep this inside space open, right? So as I'm doing that, again, when I reach back through, I'm looking to open up the lapels. Every time I want to loosen the lapels because I want to make him not think about the fact that these are going to now be used against him. The nice thing about using these lapels in this attack is that lapels are usually an afterthought. Most people are most concerned about their sleeves, they're concerned about their knees, they're concerned about the lapel up here by the collar. A lot of people don't take the bottom of the lapel too seriously. So I kind of use this almost like a bit of a dog leash. I want to tether myself to my partner. So again, now I'm here. As I get ready to set up, I'm looking for that dominant 2-on-1 grip. And then I'm going to pull out and I'm going to grab the end of the lapel here. Now that I have the two pulling and opposing grips, I have the ability to think about throwing my partner's weight around. From here, I want to be able to dive under, but in order to dive under, I have to be able to throw my partner's weight a little bit, okay? So while I'm pulling away here, I'm also going to forcibly try to think about throwing my partner out, and I've got to dive under. From the seated position, it's important that this outside leg is moving because it's what I'm going to need to use to scooch under so that I make as much, so that I can use the space as best as I can, right? So I'm here, I'm going to pull him out. And this leg is light. So as it's light, I'm gonna use the leg to kick up, post on the hip, and he's looking to settle himself. And in this moment, foot goes on the inside of the hip, and then I'm gonna pass the lapel off from the outside and in. And I come back to my set grip. All right, so the lapels are usually an afterthought with your partner. They're not really thinking that this is too much of a threat just yet. So what I'm looking for is loosening everything up and making sure that I have all points of contact ready for me. As my partner reaches in, I want to get that 2-on-1 grip, okay? When I get the 2-on-1 grip, he knows that this is dominant. He's probably going to look to pull back or take it away, right? Maybe he's going to go ahead and try and slap that grip away. And as I do that, I'm going to reach in for the lapel again, okay? So now that I have both grips dominant on one side, even though Pat's leaning back, I have a lot more power on this side because he's in a defensive position. So what I want to think about doing is throwing him over, and I want to make this outside leg really light. If I can make this leg light, I'm going to be able to scoot under really well. So when I'm ready, I'm going to look to pull out to the side, and he's going to come up. That's the moment that I'm going to use to kick my leg under and up. Foot is still on the inside of the pelvis, applying a little bit of pressure so that he's not going to squash me. And my outside leg is posted out here, right? So then the lapel is gonna still swing to the outside. I'm gonna drop the leg, pass it off, throw the leg back in, and grab the sleeve. Every time I do this, I always wanna be cognizant of the fact that my partner may be trying to attack this leg or sit on it because it's what's gonna give me the leverage and the power to move about, right? So always a little bit of tension. And again, understand that when you have this lapel grip, you're kind of attached to your partner. So if they try to back away from you, you have the ability to stay with them as opposed to your partner just knocking your legs off and stepping out of your guard, all right? So that's what's really great about having this added security is that I've got it outside in. My partner can't walk into the back of their gi. It's gonna get stuck. So I'm gonna use that to keep me stuck to them.